Hi everybody, this is Paul at Reliable POD, and this is a video in which I'm going to show you how to create designs for our Lumenglass message stands. I'm going to create two designs. I'm going to create one which is a solid colour back, and then I'm going to create one with transparency, and then I'll show you how to set both of them up in the app. One of them will have a personalized signature, and the other one will be a fixed design with transparency. So first things first, download the template from within the app or from within the product page under products on the website. So you get the template, it's got the sizes on here, etc. And what you'll see down in the bottom left corner is this green area. This is where the peg in the glass fits through. So you don't want to put any part of your design there because there'll be a peg stuck through it basically. The other thing you'll notice as well is the red bleed area around the outside. You do have to fill right up to the outside of this if you're doing a solid fill glass message stand. You don't have to do that if you're doing a PNG with transparency. So the first thing I'll do is I'll show you the solid background. There's one I've created here before. I'll just drop that one. It's a simple text message. I'm doing this in Photoshop, but the same works in Canva if you do use Canva. What you want to do is you want to check that none of your text or your design goes into the bleed area or where the peg area is. So what I do is I create my design, I drop it on the template, and then I come over here to the opacity and I lower that down, and as you can see here, the text is in the middle, doesn't go anywhere near the peg here. And also what it does do is it allows me some space here to put my signature when we create the personalization in the app. So I'm happy with the positioning I've got there. I'll pull the opacity right back up to 100%. And now I'm going to save that design so that I can upload it into the app. So I'll save a copy and we'll call this test 1. Now I'm saving this as a PNG. If you're doing a solid background, you can save it as a JPEG, but just remember any areas that are transparent, if you try to save a JPEG, will just print as white. So I'll save that. And now what I'll do is I'll show you the transparent one. So this is a design here where we want just the text to show on the back of the glass, and we want all this area around here to be transparent. So as you can see, I've got the design within the bleed area. Now because this is transparent, you don't need to fill all the way up to the red. You can just place your image right in the middle, and so long as it's in the center in the blue area, which is the critical image area, that will be printed, no problem at all. And again, you've missed the area with the peg. Now when it comes to saving this, you don't want to save the background template as well. So whichever software you're using, you want to come down here and you want to turn off that back layer and then save it as a transparent PNG. So again, I'll come down and we'll call this one test 2. So that's how you create your designs. I'm now going to open the app up and show you how to set both of them up in the app. So thank you very much. Be back in a second. So we come into the app, and now to create those two products, the first one we'll do is the personalized one. So come into your app, click on my products, and again you've got two different types of products. You've got print on demand, which is for a fixed design, which we're going to do next, and then we've got the personalized design where you can add the personalization fields and upload images, that type of thing. So click on personalize, click new personalized product. We're going to do Lumenglass. We'll do Lumenglass with the eternal heart. click on it and start designing. So first thing we're going to do is add the background image. So we'll click on start designing, click on add image area, and the image that we're going to upload is a fixed image, and we don't want the customer to be able to upload their own image. So we're going to turn that off, allow customer to upload image, and then we're going to upload the design we did, which is here. Now remember, we created this design to exactly the right size in the software. So when you look here, you can see that you filled it all the way up to the edge, including the bleed area. So when you upload that image here, you can't see it, but it's filled all that bleed area in around the edge there, which is exactly what you want. So that's filled. If you ever need to change the color of your nodes on the outside, you can do that by clicking here to whatever colors you need. Once you've uploaded that, click on add layer. Then the next thing you want to do is you're going to lock that layer by clicking the small padlock there. That saves you catching the design when you're adding the text layer. So we're going to add a personalized text layer here now. So we'll click on text layer, and it's put the text layer here. You can't see any text because that's black on black. So the first thing we'll do is we'll come down here to the colors. We'll turn that white so you can actually start to see something. First thing I always do is drag the text box roughly to where I want the size to be. Not too close to the peg. I think that's about right there. Now I've got it roughly where I want it. I'll select the font I want to use. I'm going to use a serif font here. Let's have a look. Old English, Old Standard. Yeah, that one will work. Now in terms of sizing, I think that current size at 20 is about right. So your default size wants to be at 20, and your minimum font size, maximum font size, you want to also make that 20. Make that the same as what this is. Then you want to put your placeholder text in, which will be enter your text here, or whatever you choose. You can see that there's 4, 8, 12, 16 characters there. So we're probably going to have a maximum of 25 characters here. So type that in at the top. Now what you can do is your minimum font size, you want to set that probably to about 16 there. That means if they type the text in and it gets too closest to the edges, then the text will reduce a little bit. But in order for that to happen, you have to, once you've set the range of text size there and there, turn auto text on there. To turn that button on, you want to make it mandatory. You don't want them to be able to style it. Alignment, you can, if you want, set that to the left or the middle. Personally, I think that looks good there. Now you can let the customer align that if they want by leaving alignment on. In this particular design, I think I would. Transform it, no. Not movable, not rotatable, and resizable. Once you've got all that in, oh, I'm going to set this font as well to fixed. So if we make that fixed, that means the customer can only see that font when they're checking out, rather than have the option to select between all those fonts. So if you click add layer, that looks good. Next step's your mock-ups. These are all the mock-ups it's going to create. We'll call this again one test. Click create, and that's going to go away and create that product. While it's creating that product, we'll show you now how to create the other fixed design as a print on demand. So because the next one's not going to have any personalization on, click on print on demand, click on new print on demand product. We're going to do Lumenglass, and we'll just do the standard Lumenglass here with no jewellery. Click on there, click on start designing, click on add image. We're going to upload that image. And it's here, the best mom ever. Click on that. And as you can see, that loads it. You can see you've missed the peg here. Click on add that layer. And then just move yourself forward. Next step, we'll call this to test. Create. And that one's going to create the mock-up. So if we go back to the personalized one now, eternal heart necklace. So if we click on that, you can do this in the app as well. If you click on that now, you can see all the designs it's created. And if you actually want to test that to see what that would look like on your Shopify store, you can actually click on Consumer Configurator, and this gives you an example of what it'll look like on your store. You see we have left the alignment on, so we can put in there lots of love, Paul. Paul. So then the customer, they can make it a bit smaller if they wanted to. So you can see they've got the option there to change the size of it, and they can align to the left, to the middle, or to the right if they want. So once they've done that, you're all good to go. We can then push that to the Shopify store. So to do that, click on add to store. Select the store you want. This is our demo store. Click your way through. If you want to add any tags, you can do. Change the description. You can put it into a collection if you want, but most people do that once they get it inside Shopify. You can change your price in here on the product. And that has now gone across to the Shopify store. Now, if I take you back to the previous one, the print on demand one, which, as you know, had the transparent background, when we look here, you can see it's kept the transparency because, well, basically you didn't put any image there for it to print at all. So you get a very nice look when you create those. And again, if you want to add that to the store, just click add to store, click your way through. And that will appear in the store, and I'll just show you what they look like. 1 second. So as we come across into a store, this is the first one we did with the personalization. This is what you see on the store. You get that solid background there. Just click personalize on your store. And away you go. That comes up where they can change the text, etc. And then the other one is just a fixed design where it'll just be added to the cart. If you want to know how to push these to Etsy, on the Etsy help videos, there are a couple of videos on there showing you how to push products through to Etsy. Hope that helps. Thank you very much. Cheers. Bye bye.